Suburban hot water systems are widely used in Australian caravans, including Jaycos. Inside the Suburban unit is a sacrificial anode rod, which is designed to prevent rust and corrosion inside the water heater. This anode rod must be changed regularly, which is a fairly simple task and can be done yourself with a few basic tools. How often should you replace the anode in a caravan? You should be checking the anode in your caravan every 6 months to see if it needs replacing. Along with that, if you're about to head off on a big trip, especially heading off the beaten track or into the outback, you should double check that your anode still has plenty of life left in it. Once your anode has corroded to about 50% of its original diameter, it's time to change it. You can leave it to a maximum of 75% of its original diameter, but letting it go beyond that, or overextending the anode's life regularly, will only harm your hot water tank. The wear of your anode can be very dependent on the quality of water that's being run through the hot water system. Traveling through areas with harder water will work through your anode at a faster rate. Tools and materials. The tools and materials you'll need include a 27mm 6-point socket, a new anode rod, a ratchet or extension ratchet, a pipe cleaning brush and plumber's Teflon thread tape. Instructions for replacing a caravan anode. Step 1. Turn the power off. The first step is to switch off the power to your hot water heater, well before you're ready to change the anode. You need to give the water time to cool down so that you don't burn yourself when you remove it. If you're on mains power, switch off the supply to the hot water system inside the caravan and unplug the 240-volt power to the heater. If you're on gas, completely turn the gas supply off at the bottles. Let the water in the tank cool right down to avoid burns. Step 2. Switch the water off. If you're on tank water, you'll need to switch the water pump off inside the van. Be aware that this process will use a fair bit of water, so you're better off doing it when you're hooked up to town water. If you're on mains water, go and switch the water tap off. Step 3. Release the pressure. Next, you need to release the pressure in your tank by turning on the hot water tap inside your caravan. Leave it on until the water stops running to ensure the tank has depressurized. Then head back outside to your hot water system hatch, and open the pressure relief valve. This will ensure that there's no pressure left in the tank. Step 4. Remove the anode. Click the socket and ratchet together, then attach the socket to the anode and turn it anti-clockwise to undo. You may have to use a bit of force to loosen the anode, especially if it hasn't been inspected or changed for a while. Once it's undone, you can pull out the anode. As you remove it, water will gush out, so grab a bucket or just let it water the grass. If your anode still has plenty of life left, you can put it aside to reinstall, but you'll still need to follow the rest of the steps here first. Step 5. Flush and clean the tank. Now it's time to flush out the gunk and anode residue from the tank. For this you'll need to turn the mains water, or pump, back on, so the water can keep flushing the tank. Don't turn the power back on just yet, because you don't want the water to start heating up. Use the pipe cleaning brush or piece of wire to get in there and give the tank a good clean out. Once the water runs clear, go and switch the mains water, or pump, back off. Step 6. Apply thread tape to the new anode. While your tank finishes emptying, you can go and add some thread tape to the thread of the new anode. You may find that yours has come pre-wound with tape, but more often than not, you'll need to add your own. The thread tape helps to seal the thread and reduces the chance of any future leaks. If you're reinstalling the old anode, you'll still need to apply some fresh thread tape. Step 7. Install new anode. Now you can slide the new anode into the hot water system, turning it clockwise to tighten it with your fingers. Then you can tighten it even further with the socket. The anode might not tighten all the way to the end of the thread, so be careful not to over-tighten or cross-thread it. Step 8. Turn the water on and bleed the tank. Now that the anode has been installed, go and turn your water back on and allow the tank to fill itself back up. Check for leaks around the thread of the anode and give it a little tighten if necessary. Turn on one hot water tap inside the van until the water runs through the tap, then turn it off. Head back outside to the hot water system and bleed the air out of the tank, by opening the pressure relief valve until the water runs continuously. Step 9. Turn the power and gas back on. You can now switch the 240-volt power back on and plug the hot water system back in. You can also turn the gas back on at the bottles if applicable. Note: never leave the power switched on while the water tank is empty, or turn the power back on before letting the tank fill back up with water. You will burn out the element. For more caravanning tips, head to myrigadventures.com.